Time to start the party. Start the show. What's up, guys? Fears, audience, fears. What's up? Shout out to the fans. Shout out to the YouTubers. Shout out to everything. Coffee first. That's good. That's really good. I got these bad boys at Goodwill. And I haven't worn them in a while because anything you buy from Goodwill, I ran them through the dishwasher like 5 or 6 times. So now they're okay to wear. But I like my Ray-Bans. Anyway, hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys are doing awesome. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today was a pretty good day. I went for a walk all the way around the property. So if you haven't seen that live, I went for a walk for like 40 minutes and some change. So yeah, it was a pretty nice walk though. It was just very hot, and then it rained shortly after that, and I wanted to test my GoPro because it is waterproof. Because I want to take my GoPro to a water park and see if I can get some like underwater footage for the vlog and me sliding down the water slide. So I just stood out in the rain as part of the vlog, and it was perfectly fine. Got the footage. So yeah, it was a big rainstorm after I got back. So right before I took a shower, it started raining, and I went out and did that, and the camera was perfectly fine. So yeah. We had about 38,000 last night at work, so not too bad. Not too much, not too little, just perfect. Anyway, let's open up the chat. Hope everybody's having a good day. So I had an okay day. I got some errands done. I got a little bit more of the Sega vlog part 2 done editing. It's not going to be done tonight. Most likely I'll probably debut it tomorrow or the next day. But I have been editing like crazy, so hopefully the second part will be out soon. And most likely, because there was so much footage that me and Sega filmed, it'll either be at least two parts, if not 3 parts, because you can only put so much in a vlog. And I read online somewhere, people lose attention spans like after 20 minutes. So I try to keep my vlogs anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. That's why yesterday's vlog was, I believe, at 27, 28 minutes, something like that. So I try to keep them nice and compacted, so it's, and then I try not to do less than that, because if you give less than that, then they're like, oh, we feel cheated, but if you do it after 30 minutes, then you're like, this is getting kind of boring. I want people's focus span to stay within those limits. So yeah. Today we're going to review 4 movies. So I just got done watching He-Man, Masters of the Universe, so we're going to review that. And then earlier today, I watched Dungeon Master. Very, very good. And Eliminators, I'll be honest, I was looking forward to watching this. It's good, but I was just expecting far more because the trailer, they make it this grand spectacle. And Eliminators, it was an enjoyable watch, but was it a 10? It definitely was not a 10. So I actually preferred Dungeon Masters over Eliminators. I'm not saying Eliminators wasn't good. It was funny. It was all right. It was, for what it was okay. It was pretty good. I was just expecting more. So we're going to review. I watched Dungeon Master today. I watched this last night. I watched this right before I started the stream. And then I finally finished Season 1 of Buck Rogers, so I'm going to review that. So those are the 4, so I'm just going to put those right over there. And then I'm going to talk about some of my Disney adventures. What's new? What's coming to the channel? What have I have not got to do yet in the Disney property? And I'm going to name off some stuff that I want to do, and one of those is I want to go to the Disney's Blizzard Beach water park. That's why I've been testing out my GoPro to see how waterproof it is, because they claim it's waterproof, and it is, and so it's pretty good. And then I'm going to do a top 10 list of the best top 10 episodes of Buck Rogers. And then if there's time, we'll do some horror movie questions, because people like those, and I like horrors. Let me open up the chat, and there we are. I'll put those right there, and then I'll drop the link and tell Lantern that I'm live. There we are, and I like horrors. Let me shout out to the 11 people. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna drop the link. There we are. Give me 1 second here. Let me drop it in the video section of the Discord. There we go. All right. There we go. Let me tell Lantern I'm live. I talked to him about an hour or two ago. He could be sleeping. Yo, Lantern, what's up?
Is that you live?
I'm live. I just wanted to let you know. I didn't know if you were asleep or not, but I'm live.
Yeah. Okay.
Were you napping?
A little bit.
Oh, sorry if I woke you up, buddy. My bad.
Yeah. I wait for you to go live.
Did I wake you up?
Yeah, I wait for you to go live.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you up, buddy. But I know you don't ever want to miss one of my shows. But yeah. So I'll see you in the chat. All right, buddy.
Okay.
Hey, Lantern.
Huh?
Did you have a good day today?
Yeah. Did you do?
I had an okay day. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was just okay. A bunch of crap happened today. So it was good up until that point, but I'm not gonna let it affect the live. But it was okay. It was okay. Another thing that's been bothering me, Lantern, is you know how I always like to buy my tickets to visit my family like in advance.
Yes.
I haven't been able to find a flight yet. I've been trying to find something cheap online, and they're just outrageous prices. So I told my mom I'm going to try and find something. I may have to wait for my birthday, which I do not want to do. I want to visit my mom in August, you know? Yeah. So I'm trying to find a cheaper flight. Yeah. But so far, the cheapest one I found is $500, and I was like, I know. I was like, I don't want to pay $500. So I've been checking pretty much every airline. So you just gotta keep checking every day, because last year I only paid $170 there and back, and that's pretty cheap, Lantern.
Yeah. Like
to go visit my family and then come back, $170, and I got that on what was it? I think Frontier Airlines, which is they're a good airline. They're just they have very cheap tickets. So yeah. I'm gonna look at their website again, but yeah. The cheapest one I found so far was on Southwest. It was for like $500, and I was like, no. I'm like, I definitely don't want that, buddy. But so, Lantern, what'd you have for lunch?
A bologna sandwich.
Nice. I like bologna.
Yeah.
I had some soup. I had some soup, and then when I went for a long walk. Did you see that live?
Yeah.
I walked for about 45 minutes. It was a really good walk, and it was really beautiful today out. Not a gray cloud in the sky, but it's funny that I said that. It wasn't raining or there was no gray clouds out when I was walking, but as soon as I got back, I said, all right, guys, I'll see you later. I said, I'll probably go live around, 8, 9, 10-ish, and then I was about to take a shower, Lantern, and bam. It started raining, so I grabbed my vlog camera and went outside. I wiped all the sweat off of me, and then because I was sweaty after my walk, and then I walked outside. Torrential downpour, and I thought, oh, this is a perfect time to test out my camera, because my camera's waterproof. Did you know that?
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's waterproof, that GoPro. And I thought, I would love to take my GoPro camera and, you know, go to like a water park and like get footage of me like going down the water slide, you know, with all the water. So I thought, oh, I said it's raining outside. This is a perfect opportunity to test my camera. So it passed the test. I mean, I got drenched outside, so it'll be in the vlog. Has it been raining there a lot, buddy?
No.
Not too bad?
Not too bad.
Well, that's good. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna catch up with the chat and say hello to everybody because I don't want people thinking I'm ignoring them. But I'll see you. I'll see you in the chat. All right.
All right.
All right, buddy. I'll see you later. Peace.
Hey, good chunk.
Chunk. Good old Lantern. Oh, funny. Lantern's great. That guy never gets down. Awesome. All right. Here we go. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Let me just, I'll start from the top. Yo, what's up, Jamin? He says, hey, Fierce, hope all is well. If I'm being honest, things are okay. They're not well, but things are okay. Joey says, Lego Bill. What's up, Joey? I did one. I did one the other day. I did this one. I did the suitcase. Quite appropriate because I'm about to travel soon, so heck yeah. What's up, Jucifer? He says, what up, Fears? I am definitely not hungover. I'm a little tired, but I'm definitely not hungover. Praise the big man in the sky, Boba Fett. Hell yeah, Joey. We needed the rain anyway, though. So yeah. We needed the rain anyway. Yo, what's up, Dave? What's up, Elizabeth? Good to see you, Tina. Tina, I know you and Dave are watching. Is James watching? I'm just curious. What's up, Rezzy? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in the chat in a while. Why did you have sunglasses on? Oh, I just thought I would, you know, Joe, I always start off the live, you know, differently. Sometimes I pretend to be asleep. Sometimes I got my, my hat down. I always try to start the live in a funny way, and I was like, well, I haven't tried these glasses on, so I thought I would just start with them on. So, yeah. Just a funny way to start the live. Future's so bright, gotta wear those shades. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, well, they're new to me, Dave. They're not new. I found them at Goodwill, and I don't just throw on shades. You know, when you get anything like you buy a shirt or anything from Goodwill, I always wash it before I put it on my body because that's somebody else's stuff, and God knows what they have. So whenever I buy sunglasses, I run them through the dishwasher like 4 or 5 times, and that's been in my dishwasher for like 4 or 5 days, just washing it, just to get all the bacteria and everything off of it. And then anytime I buy a shirt, so that Millennium Falcon shirt, that black one with the black and red and white one that I had, the new one that I was wearing a few days ago, I didn't wear that for a couple days because I washed it 3 or 4 times because it was somebody else's. And I don't just buy it and throw it on because that's gross. That's disgusting, So, yeah. Anyway, let me catch up with the chat. Liz says, what's up? Rezzy says, hi, Liz. Let's see. Does Lantern understand what you're saying? Sounded like it. It's what it sounded like to me, Jucifer. Seemed like he understood everything. If he didn't, I apologize, Lantern. What's up? Well, speaking of Lantern, there he is. He says, well, howdy, J-Man. Howdy, Joey, with the numbers. Howdy. Fears, how was Megan 2.0? All right, here's my analysis. Here's my analysis of Megan 2.0. Here we go. Sega loved it. Sega gave it a 10 out of 10. You guys will see Sega say that in the vlog whenever I get the next part of it up. Rezzy, I don't know if you saw the first part of it, but the first part of the Sega vlog is already up, so check it out. I gave it, I believe, I gave it a 9 out of 10. And the reason why I gave it a 9 out of 10 is it's good. Don't get me wrong, Rezzy. I just like the first one better because it was an original story. With sequels, they're always trying to, all right, the first one's great. Now we need to fucking out-top ourselves. We need to out-top it. We need to, add more of this and add more of that. We need to out-top it. We need to put this in. Yeah. Say this. Do this, But the original one was an original story, an original idea. And we hadn't had a killer doll story in quite a while, you know, or a good killer doll one. Megan doesn't really kill anyone in this one. She hurts people, but she doesn't really kill anyone. And so the first one was more of a horror movie. The second one's more of a action adventure movie with like horror aspects to it. So I would say it's good, Resi, but just not as good as the first one. But it was still fun going to see it with my friend Sega. I would have, even if Sega wouldn't have been in town, I would have went and saw it by myself. It was all right for what it was, you know. It was okay. Again, it just wasn't as good as the first one. So yeah. Dave says, "Hey Lantern, what's up?" Jucifer says, "Oh, thank you for that super chat donation, Jucifer. Usually it's Lantern giving me $1 million. Let's see the Thanksgiving tree. It's not up yet. Triple, I know you love that Thanksgiving stuff. I love Thanksgiving. I just like Halloween and Christmas more. But maybe, Jucifer, maybe I should do one for you, you know, because you've been asking for it forever." Tina says, "James is asleep." Oh, okay. All right. Yo, what's up, heroes and villains? Yo, 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 yo. I'll try to give Heroes a call in just a minute. Shout out to the chat. What's up, Rezi? Rezi says, "Hello, heroes. How are you?" Shout out to the boot. What's up, Kate? Good to see you. And Hero says, shout out to the chat. He says, "Hey, Mama Rezi, what's up?" Ha ha ha, Mama Rezi. Hi, Lantern. Thank you for going live, Fears. I know it's been wild in the Discord. Well, I'm not going to let idiots, you know, affect, you know, the show, Jucifer. So, yeah. That's not true, Jucifer. I have disappointed my fans. Not many times, but I have disappointed them sometimes. And those times that I have disappointed my fans, I'm sorry. But yeah. But, oh, nice, Heroes. Finally tomorrow is the big day I get my phone. Oh, shit, I gotta call you real quick, Heroes. Hang on. I gotta hear all the hoopla about it. Oh, wow. All right, hang on, Heroes. Damn. That means we can play video games. Well, more emulators. We've already played video games, but we can play some more emulators. That's awesome. Hang on. That's exciting. That's exciting. I can't wait to hear all the hoopla about it. Nice. Yo, 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 what's up, dude?
Yo, yo, yo. What's
Dude,
up,
I can already tell by the grin on your face that you're so excited tomorrow. Elsie's like, "I'm getting the new phone. I'm getting the emulators. I'm going to go nuts. I'm going to be playing the video games. Everything's going to be going." So give me the hoopla, man. So when you get it, what all the features comes with it? And I know you're going to do an unboxing about it, right?
Yeah. So once it comes in tomorrow, you know, I'll get out of work, and then once it comes in tomorrow, I'll just do the unboxing. I'm gonna open it on camera, so
nice.
I'll do the unboxing. That way, you guys can see what kind of phone it is, and it just basically just to show you guys what kind of phone it is. And then I'll put in I'll probably play like a Call of Duty game, so you guys can see what it looks like. And then I'll let the people know, hey, if you guys want to see more, you know, more gaming videos on the phone.
Oh yeah.
You know, classic emulators, you know, just let me know.
So all those classic emulators, they already come on the phone, or do you have to download them onto the phone?
No, I have them on my computer. Remember, I just gotta drag them onto my phone.
That's what. Okay, that's what I couldn't remember what it was. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I already have them on my computer. I just need my phone so I can drag it on.
Nice.
And I can play.
And then you got the extra controller, and then you and me, it'll be lambs to the slaughter, and we'll just be playing all those fucking games, buddy. Hell yeah. Speaking of Call of Duty, I think it was on Call of Duty. Me and my buddy Eric and my buddy Trent back in the day, we would just have like battles, and we would do. I think it was on Call of Duty where you're like stuck in a house, and you had to keep boarding up the windows until the zombies pop in. Is that what that was on Call of Duty, right?
And then on top of that, I'm getting a free, and I'm gonna add it on there too, only because why not?
Yeah.
But I'm also getting with my phone. I'm getting a free 11-inch tablet.
Oh, nice.
So I'm just gonna add all the game emulators on there too. So that way, whoever wants to play the tablet and play the emulators, and or the gaming, they could.
Now, are you gonna get an emulator for each console? Like, so you're gonna do NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, all of them?
Yeah, the ones you've seen here in my house and my computer, that's it. They're already there. I just
Yes.
gotta drag them on. It's already there. I just gotta drag it onto my phone.
I remember the last time I was there, like each of those emulators held like what 1,000 games. It was insane, dude.
Yeah. It's a lot. But that's why the phone I got is a 1 terabyte.
Nice. That's awesome. So we'll get to play. We'll get to play all the new Resident Evil shit, and then if we get sick and tired of that, then we can just hop to all the old shit.
Yep.
Now, I'll be honest. There's one request. Sam did not like the game, but me and my brother would play it all the time. So I hope you like it. If not, you're just gonna have to sit through it. Home Alone 2 on Super Nintendo. It's fucking great. I love it.
I can't say I played it.
Sam said it was garbage, and I was like, I don't care. It's great. I love it. And
I have guilty pleasures.
It's a guilty pleasure.
I have guilty pleasure games that, you know what I mean?
It's a guilty pleasure. It's great.
Hey, have you ever heard of Spy versus Spy?
Vaguely, a little bit, vaguely.
Now that was a dumbass game. You know what I mean?
You know what? If you sit through Home Alone with me, then I'll sit through Spy versus Spy. That's fair. That's fair. We all have those guilty pleasures. Another guilty pleasure was I loved Solid Snake. Metal Gear Solid. All the old ones. I love all the old Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid, whatever the hell that guy's name is. And then
yeah.
I love Sega Genesis Jurassic Park. A bunch of people in the community played it, and they're like, Fierce, why do you like this crap? And I was like, Jurassic Park is not crap. I'm like, the video game's crap, but it's a guilty pleasure, man.
Yeah.
Me and my friends would spend, hours on Sega Genesis Jurassic Park. Eventually we would get sick of it, and then we'd play Mortal Kombat, but it was always me that would, like, tap my friend on the shoulder. I'm like, all right, enough Mortal Kombat. Back to Sega Genesis, back to Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Nah, Mortal Kombat my shit, but
that was my shit too.
I also have the Xbox app, the Xbox Game Pass.
Yes.
So I can be able to also not only play on my computer, I can play on my phone.
That's dope. That's all. I'm looking forward to it. So like I said, I've been having a hard time finding a cheap airline ticket. So I told my mom. I gotta look. The cheapest one I found so far was $500 to go visit my mom, and I was like, "There's no way I'm paying $500." I'm like, I gotta find something cheaper than that to visit my mom. So, if I don't go in August, then I'm gonna go visit my mom in October. I've been chatting with her about it. I said I'm gonna sure try my damnedest to try to find a cheap flight. So we'll either play the games and we'll hang out and we'll stream it either before my trip or we'll do it after, buddy.
Yeah, we'll link up. We'll definitely plan something.
And we should make a day out of it. We should make a day.
I gotta go to Wingstop. I don't know if you know this. Today is National Wing Day. So
no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you get some wings. They're giving out 5 free chicken wings as well.
I didn't know that. Oh, yeah, by the way,
I gotta go pick up my food.
By the way, I haven't took you yet. Larry and Sega loved Friar Tuck. I gotta take you to Friar Tuck's one day and get some lunch there, man. Because Sega loved it, Larry loved it.
Yeah, I've never been there.
It's good, buddy. That's good. Anyway, I'll let you go because you said you got to pick up your food, man. But
yeah.
I cannot wait for the unboxing. I can't wait to come over and play some video games. A lot of streams coming soon. LC and Fears gonna be hooking up. Heck yeah.
And then exactly. So then next time I go to your house, you could just sign on to your YouTube on my phone.
Nice.
And you could just use my phone to game.
I'm down. Like that's what we should do. Like we'll do a little stream here, and then we'll do a little stream at your house. Hell yeah.
All right, my friend. I'll talk to you later.
All right, peace out, man. That's cool.
All right.
Peace, man. Happy Wing Day. Nice. That's cool. I didn't know that he could stream over here. Man, that's cool. That's awesome. Nice. There we are. Well, you guys heard it first. You will see LC's unboxing of it tomorrow, so I'm very excited. I'm not a real big like tech guy, so I knew he could stream like on his phone, but I didn't know he could bring his phone over here, and I didn't know all that because he was like, my eyes lit up, And I was like, oh, so if he brings it over here, I was like, okay. I'm like, because I was like, I don't know how all that crap works. So yeah, give me 1 second. I pushed a button on the stream, and I don't know how to get it off of. Uh-oh. Hang on. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Okay, hang on. There we go. I couldn't see your guys' chat for a second. I was like, oh. All right, let me catch up with the chat here. Let's see here. Let's see. What was the last thing I read? Oh yeah, Hero saying, "What's up, Mama Rezi?" Let's see here. Oh no, wait. Juicer said, "Thanks for going live. I know it's been crazy in the Discord. Yeah, it's been nuts, but I didn't start it. I want everyone to know that I did not start. Like I knew it was going to come up if I went live, so I'll keep it nice and short and sweet and to the point. Not mentioning any names because that'll start World War 15. Someone accused me of saying something and doing something, and I was like, that's a lie. I never said that. That's a lie. I never did that. And I got sick and tired of it, and I stuck up for myself. And trolls, they can dish it out, but then as soon as you call them on the bullshit, what? I'm an angel. And they're not. The sweet, innocent angel act has never fooled me. And then I found out that Yakov is really Banjo, and the dude told me that, and I don't think the dude would lie. I hate to admit it, I have lied before to you guys, and I'm sorry, and I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to be honest. Ask the dude. The dude has never lied in the community. I trust him. And he said, hey, Fears, Yakov is really Banjo. I said, oh, well, I hate Yakov. Yakov hates me. Bye, he's gone. And I blocked him right away. Because I don't have to put up with this bullshit. It's so ironic, though. He said, he literally said, go back in the chat log. He goes, I don't have time for this crap. Well, then why did you start it? He started it. And I sure as hell fucking finished it, you know? And then I got called a spoiled baby, even though I'm not a spoiled baby. I don't know how me defending myself implies that I'm a spoiled baby and a spoiled brat. That doesn't make any sense. So I didn't appreciate that. So, but Yakov started all that. It makes sense, though. Me and Landon were talking. It was none of his fucking business, Yakov's. And Yakov was trying to get Lantern to stream. He knows fully well Lantern likes to have the rest of the week off, and he only streams on Thursdays and Fridays. I made a joke, and apparently me making a joke is, oh, it's so terrible. And he said, basically he implied, well, you're assuming stuff. I said, that's not true. I said, it's facts. I said, Banjo, Yakov, you know that he streams on Thursdays and Fridays. That's it. And then he said, well, Larry can host. And I said, nah, you know, as a joke. I don't care what Larry does. I don't care what Leonard does. If Larry wants to do a live, let him do a live. So I was attempting to make a joke. And then right off the bat, here comes Yakov with all the drama. Oh, so you're trying to control Larry and Lantern? And I said, well, there's another lie right there. I've never controlled anyone. I'm like, Larry's his own person. If he decides to stream, he's going to stream. And so that's what set me off. I was like, I never said that. I never did that. Never in a billion years. So that's the 10-second version. Anyway, so now you guys know. So I had to calm down. And then I thought, well, should I live? Should I not go live? As I was watching Master of the Universe, I contemplated. I said, I could just go live tomorrow. I said, no. I said, it's none of my loving and loyal fans' fault that idiots try to provoke me. So I said, if I don't go live tonight, that's just affecting the fans. So I said, and I already had this show planned. I already knew what topics and stuff I was going to pick today. Because I already picked them hours ago. So I said, nah, I've already planned everything. I said, I'll just do it. So that's what happened. Anyway, I'm going to continue on. Let's see. Triple says November 1st donation goes for the tree. If you really want it, the thing is, Triple, is there's a lot of decorations for Halloween, and there's a lot of decorations for Christmas. There's not much. There's a little bit for Thanksgiving, but not much. But I like Thanksgiving. Don't get me wrong. My mom is a fantastic cook. And she went big with Thanksgiving, you know, back in the day. I just like Christmas and Halloween just a little bit more. So, yeah. Jucifer says, you never disappoint the fans. That's not true, Jucifer. I have. Anytime I've lied to you guys have been very disappointed. Whenever I scream and go nuts, you guys get disappointed because I don't like to scream and yell. And I don't like to cause, chaos and drama. Other people, very rarely does Fears start the drama. It's always someone else. Some other idiot troll always starts it, and then they blame it on me, and then everyone thinks I started. And I'm like, no, it was them that started it. But on occasion, back in the day, I would start it. But I sure as hell didn't start it tonight. No matter what idiot says I did, I didn't start it tonight. But again, they're going to make me out to be the bad guy and make them out to be the sweet little angel. But they're never sweet little angels. So, yeah. So, I am sorry, though, that I've disappointed you guys sometimes. But I'm trying to do better. But I'm so excited for Heroes, man. He was going nuts on that call in a good way, not in a bad way. So many emulators. He said he's going to do a big unboxing. So, hell yeah for Heroes. He says, finally tomorrow is the big day. I'm getting my new phone. I'm happy for you, buddy. I'm happy. It's going to be good. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be epic. Let's see. Rezi says, I try to be, Liz. She says, Fears is a professional. I really do try. I really do try. I try not to let any of that crap affect me. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. It says, hey, Heroes, there will be a second Mario movie. I remember you loved that movie. Oh, I can't wait for that, Rezi. Rezi, is there a trailer out yet for it? Let me know. Because I really did. I have the Steelbook, Rezi, down here. Right here. I got it. I loved it. I thought it was great. I love the 1993 version, which is up here in the sci-fi section. And I've got the cartoon one. So I grew up with the live action 1993 with Bob, that British guy, Bob Hopkins, and the other guy. He's not Italian. He's Latino. John something. So I grew up with the live action one, and even though the live action one, it's cheesy and it's real sci-fi, and it has almost nothing to do with Mario. I mean, they make vague references to the video game, but it's quite vague, that movie. I grew up with that one. I remember my mom took me, my mom, my brother, my dad, my Aunt Donna, all my American cousins on my Aunt Donna's my dad's sister, all of her children, which are my cousins. So there was like 11 of us, and we all went to the theater, and we saw it, and it was fantastic. It was great. So, yeah. Let's see here. What's up, Mr. Lantern? He says, well, howdy. Howdy, howdy, howdy. So, yeah. What's up? What's up? Tina says, hello. What up? What's up? What's up, Walter? Walter says, will the drama ever stop? Probably not, Walter, because they've got some weird obsession about it. The more drama they create, the more they like to see me get mad. Yakov has looked right in my face and said, I love drama. And I'm like, well, guess what? I don't. No matter what people say, I don't like drama. I really don't. So, yeah. Anyway. It's pretty nuts. It's pretty sadistic, too. That motherfucker calls himself a Christian. Wow. Wow. That's all I'm going to say. Wow. He's a psycho. He's kind of weird. Very weird. I never get any pleasure out of, like, fighting and, like, trolling people, you know? I would say I've never trolled anyone, except for Matman. But he deserves it because he's a disgusting fuck. And I think everyone will agree with me on that. And people don't care that I troll Matman because he asked for it. He's done so much crazy shit and said shit about children. And he said, oh, I've done this and I've said this. And everyone's found out about it, and I'm like, you're just asking for trouble, dude, and you're a disgusting piece of shit. But Yakov's a whole other ball of wax. He actually just likes to annoy people because he thinks it's funny when it's really not. Quentin's the same way. Quentin is a professional troll, so is Yakov. And of course, as soon as this stream ends, that little bastard Yakov, I didn't do anything, when he did. So he never accepts any responsibility. But anyway, I've said my piece on it. Let's move on. But good to see you, Walter. But to answer your question, no. It'll probably never stop. I just have to deal with it. So yeah. Pretend Story says, it's almost Whopper time. This is true. A couple more hours. Oh yeah. So yeah. Let's see here. Well, no, Pretend Stories. That's what he wanted you to think. He hasn't been gone. He's been here the whole time. So Yakov is really, or Banjo is really Yakov. So yeah. So yeah. Anyway. It is what it is. Oh yeah, you missed a whole bunch. But yeah. Dave says you have the power. I do, Dave, but I'm saying is when people say I do stuff, say and do stuff that's not true, that's what really gets me my blood boiling, because I'm like, I never said I control Larry. I never said that I control Lantern. I've never done that. I've never done this. That's what drives me nuts. I'm like, and then it made sense when the dude said, hey, Feared, I just want to let you know, Banjo is really Yakov. I said, oh, it makes sense. He started some shit tonight, you know, but he won't own up to it because he's not a fucking man, you know. Like, oh, it was all Fears' fault. But anyway, like I said, I've said my piece, because now I've been going on for about 15 minutes about this, and I don't want the whole show to be about this, but someone asked about it. I said, if I don't address it, then people will keep asking about it, so I'm going to continue on. So, yeah. Anyway. Lantern says, trolls suck. Lantern, that is the understatement of the century, but I'm glad you said it, Lantern, because I agree. I agree. Anyway. It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah. Anyway, I hope everybody had a good day. Like I said, I had an okay day until all that bullshit happened, but anyway. So yeah. Walter says, man, you really outed the dude. Well, it wasn't a big secret, Walter, you know. And plus, I don't think the dude cares. The dude said it to me because he cares. He said, hey, Fears, like, he goes, people have been making fun of you in other Discords because Yakov's had this charade going on for a couple of months now, and I had no idea it was him, you know. So I don't think he cares that I outed him. It's the truth, because unfortunately, I've lied before, but I believe the dude. The dude's never lied, you know? And the dude's always tried to give me nothing but good advice. So I doubt the dude's trying to troll me, you know? That's not true, Walter. That's not true. I'm not snitching. I'm just saying true facts. I'm not snitching at all. Anyway, let's continue on. All right, I got a couple updates here. So this weekend, let me get my stuff in order here. This weekend is going to be really fun. I'm looking forward to it. I didn't know if David and James were going to be able to go to this con, but David called me a couple days ago. Said, hey, Fears, I got a great idea. And he goes, you're going to that Star Wars con this week? And I said, yep. And it's on Sunday, so August 3rd is the my friend Jeff. He's doing a G.I. Joe / Star Wars convention. That one's good. It's not one of his bigger ones, but it's still pretty good. And he goes, well, hey, Fears. He goes, do you want to do something after? I said, what do you got in mind, Dave? He's like, well, he goes, you know how you like Atomic Horror? I said, I do. I said, that store's fucking awesome. And he goes, yeah. He goes, you want to go to it after the con? I was like, that sounds good. And then it was Dave's idea. He goes, yeah, man. He goes, we can go there. We can go to Barnes & Noble because that's down the street. And I'm like, it is down the street. That's where I get a lot of my movies. Well, all the hard-to-find movies. And then he said, we can grab some lunch after that. So I'm really looking forward to that. So Dave and everybody else, even though it's going to put me even more behind, I was like, Dave, we cannot not film that. I said, we got to film that hangout. I said, because that'll be, fun times, and I'm sure the fans will want to see that. So he was like, oh, yeah, Fears, I'm going to film it too. So Dave told me he got a new memory card, a new GoPro, and then I suggested some type of, he's got Windows. Dave, so my apologies. I thought you had a MacBook. I thought you had an Apple product like I do. I suggested Final Cut because I said, then you can edit your videos and you can add music to it and have it really, kind of, neatly. People like nice and short, edited, cool videos. And he's like, oh, Fears, I'm going to have another editing. I said, oh, you don't have Apple? I thought you had Apple. And he goes, no. But Dave told me, Dave, you found how many? You found 5 other editing things that'll work for Windows? I said, oh, great. I said, find one of those editing things, download the program to your computer, then you can edit away. And I said, Dave, if you need any help editing things, I said, I can show you how to edit because they showed me how to do that in film school, and I've been editing for quite a long time, so I got my own little style on how I do it. So, yeah. Let's see here. What's up, Pretend Stories? What's up, N4? What's up? N4 says howdy. What up, N4? What up, Lantern? Chillin' Walter. What's up? So, yeah. So, I'm looking forward to that, and then I'll probably miss this one because that's when I'm going on vacation. So, I'm going to go to that one and probably either this one or this one in September. So, but there's quite a few. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there's probably going to be a 10th one at Christmas time because Dave always does a Christmas one, and he always does the donations for the Toys for Tots. Toys for disadvantaged children, around Christmas time, like their parents don't have enough to buy them a gift. So I always donate twice. I always do it for the neighborhood, and you guys always see me. I always film it for the vlog, and I go to the toy store and grab a whole bunch of toys and then do it. And then I always donate at Jeff's show. So he just doesn't have the Christmas one on the list yet, but he will. He will. So, yeah. N4, I thought we were past it too, but just know, I didn't start it. Another idiot started it, as always. Like I said, I rarely start it. I'm not saying I've never started it, because that would be a lie. There's been times where I have started it, but I didn't start it tonight. Someone had to open up their fucking mouth and start some bullshit. Wasn't me. And it makes sense, because Yakov is a fucking bullshitter and a shit talker. He loves drama, and he likes to start shit. So you can blame it all on him. But I didn't start jack shit. And watch, he'll deny everything after this show. But anyway, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's continue on with the show. All right. So yeah, so me and Dave are going to hang out with Jeff and all that at the show. And then, Dave, I'm looking forward to it, buddy. That's going to be a good show. Let me call Dave and ask him where we're going to eat, because I don't care where we eat, because I'm easy Ozy. Plus, I haven't talked to Dave in a little while. Let's give him a little call. Oh, man. Apologize for my yawns. Ugh. Oh, shit. Oh, I don't know if Dave's going to pick up. He may not want to talk. He may just watch it. Well, I know you're in the chat, Dave. He could be busy. He's got a wife and kids and stuff, so I don't know. Hope I'm not calling too late. Yo, what's up, Dave? I didn't call too late, or I didn't call you while you were busy, right?
No.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because I let it ring for a couple times, and I was like, I know he's watching, but I'm like, well, he does have a family.
I was actually in the other room real quick.
Oh, okay, I was like, he's got a wife and a family. I'm like, maybe he's busy, so maybe he can't talk. But I don't know if you heard me. I told the fans that about our plans this Sunday. That's gonna be a fun hangout, buddy.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah.
Now, since we just became friends, have you ever went to Jeff's Star Wars show? I mean, even though they're little, they're pretty good.
I think I've been to that location before for PopCons, and I think I've been to a G.I. Joe, one of the shows over there before as well.
So even though
I usually don't do any of the Orlando shows.
yeah, because I hate
Because they're local.
because they're all local. I like going to the local shows. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes if it's a big enough show, and Jeff will call me or he'll text me and be like, "Hey, John, you can't miss this show. This one's fucking epic." Then I'll drive like an hour or two away if it's worth it. But if it's not worth it, I'll be like, "Hey, you know what, Jeff? I think I'm gonna catch you on the next show. Buddy." Because some are more big, some are more bigger, and some are more littler. But even though the Star Wars one is little, like you can see everything in a matter of 30 minutes, which is one of his littlest ones. People love it because people love Star Wars. It's a good location. Jeff's the man, and he always has free food at that one. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Jeff's a great.
And that one there being the VFW, they always got good food.
They do.
It's not like the convention centers or the hotels where they limit.
They limit you.
The
Yeah.
hotel limits the food.
Yeah. Well, Jeff used to be a fanboy like me, and Jeff's like, Fears, until I made my own con. He goes, I thought the parking was a ripoff. That's why Jeff never charges for parking. He goes, that's a ripoff, Fears. He goes, Fears, I watched some of your videos, and you're 100% right. He goes, try to eat before the con or after the con. I've very rarely have I ate at a con because, like, oh yeah, hamburger, $22. So I'm like, $22? Are you fucking nuts? And it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
And they don't care about
Four
you.
Rivers.
They don't care about you. All they care about is that. That's all they care about. But Jeff is a good guy. Jeff would never do that. Jeff's like, Fears, I started off as a fanboy like you before I did my own con. So I'm like, yeah, so Jeff, you understand. And Jeff's a really cool friend, just like LC, just like you, Dave. So he cares about his guests, and he's like, I'm not going to fuck over any people like that. Like, I would do the same. If I made my own convention up, I would I would have food there, but I would charge super tiny prices. Like for a pizza, I'd only charge like $1.50 or something, because for a slice of pizza, oh my god! I went to this show in Missouri before I moved, and
even $3 for a slice of pizza.
yeah, like Wizard World Comic Con. I remember a long time ago, Wizard World Comic Con. The con was great, but I just forgot to eat, and I was like, oh shit! Now I have to buy something. I'm hungry. A soda and a pizza, Jeff. How much do you think that cost at Wizard World Comic Con? If you had to take a guess, how much do you think a soda and a slice of pizza would be?
Probably around $5, maybe $6 max.
You would think, right? You would think that, but no. I think it was around $15, and I was like, holy shit!
Oh yeah.
So that means the way they broke it down, $10 for a slice and then $5 for the soda. I was like, get the hell out of here with that crap. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I was in utter disbelief. I was like, wow, that's fucking expensive. And after that, Dave, I was like, never again. Never am I going to eat at a con unless I absolutely have to. That's why. That's why.
I've been to MegaCon.
Yeah, I didn't eat.
There is one or two. There's actually one or two of the booths.
Yeah.
Because MegaCon in the early days, yeah, you could buy. There were some vendors that you could buy food items from.
Yeah.
And then the convention hall started cracking down.
Oh yeah.
What food items could actually be sold?
Well, LC, I had never been to MegaCon until LC and me became friends, and we went last year. There was so many people. He goes, Fears, you can eat there. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to eat there. I had a big breakfast on those 2 days, and then as soon as I was done, I dropped LC back off his house, and I went and got a hamburger, or I just made something here, because I was like, the only thing... I brought like 2 or 3 water bottles and put them in my backpack, and I just sipped water because I had the 3 water bottles that I bought at Walmart in my bag. I thought, well, I'll probably get thirsty. But it was cool. They had drinking fountains there. I drank all the 3 bottles of water because it was so hot in there. I kept the bottles, and I just refilled the bottles up from the drinking fountain, and I just sealed them back up, put them back in my backpack. Because a bottle of water there at MegaCon was like $8, and I was like, God damn, that's expensive.
Now, one trick, if you do the Daytona Beach Comic Con, Wild Bill's usually sets up there.
Oh, really?
They
Okay.
also set up at MegaCon.
Oh, wow.
Buy one of their mugs at Wild Bill's at Daytona Beach. Basically, you just reactivate it there at MegaCon, and you get unlimited refills at MegaCon the whole weekend.
There you go. And when's that Daytona Con? When's that one?
Coming up soon. I gave you the postcard.
I don't know. I accidentally threw it away.
Postcard?
I accidentally threw it away. I'm sorry.
We should be able to get another one of those cards. I can look it up real quick.
Okay.
And I'll put it in the chat.
I may be able to go to that one. I may get some extra hours in at work and work that weekend. I don't know, because they're always offering extra hours, and whenever I can get extra hours.
I think it's next month.
Okay. I may be gone by then, because next month is when I'm going to visit my mom. Hopefully, if I can find a cheap ticket. But anyway, buddy, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna get back to the show.
One thing real quick.
What's up?
Instead of trying to fly out of Orlando, look about flying out of Stanford.
Okay.
Cheaper rates.
Yeah, because the cheapest one I found so far was $500, and I was like, oh man, that's expensive. Because last year I went around last November, and I found one for $170 there and back. And I told my mom, I said, Mom, I said, hopefully I don't have to wait till my birthday, because I want to visit, with my new nephew Shelton, because I've never met him, and my mom and all that as quickly as possible, because I miss my mom and I miss my family. So I was like, hopefully I don't have to wait, because normally whenever I go around my birthday, I find like cheap flights then. And my mom's like, oh, don't worry about it. Just try to come either in August or in your birthday. I said, I'll do my best. I really will. So anyway, I'm going to let you go, Dave, because I have to go use the restroom real quick. I'll see you back in the chat. But just send me the info about Daytona, because I may pick up some extra hours at work that weekend. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, there's a cameo from the cat. Hell yeah.
Yeah, she's like, you're sitting down.
I saw it. Yeah, you were just talking, and then out of nowhere, the chat didn't see it. You're sitting there talking with me, and all of a sudden the cat went like this. If the pen is your cat, it went and like jumped up, and I was like, oh shit, there's a cameo from the cat. Heck yeah. And what's the name of your cat again? I forgot.
Nina, Nina.
Nina, that's right. Nina. Okay. All right, buddy. I'll see you later. Peace out. Dave is a good friend. Dave's a good guy. Dave's a really good guy. All right, 2 minutes. I need to use the restroom. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Just go ahead and study Buck Rogers, and I'll be right back. So there we are. I'll be right back. 2 minutes. All right, sorry about that. Whew. When the taco shits come, the taco shits come. Damn, that was crazy. So Lantern, I did in fact go number 2 this time, Lantern, because I've been gone for more than 2 minutes. I was like, damn. All right, I apologize. I apologize about that. All right, let me catch up with the chat and then we'll continue on. So sorry about that. When you gotta go, you gotta go. Ooh. Damn. Let's see here. Let's see here. Oh, what's up, Bukagi? Good to see you. Good to see you. Howdy. A con made for all the Johns. Yeah. It would be cool to have your own con, but you know what? Like doing your own con, I've seen Jeff do it, and it kind of, like, Jeff has fun, but he's always busy because he's the one hosting, you know? So I like going just as a fanboy because I get to walk around and film and buy all the stuff that I want to buy and do what I have to do. So I don't mind hosting the show, but I don't know if I would do my own con, you know, but I hear you. Let's see. Oh, I should be able to go to it then, Dave. Because I should be back from my vacation visiting my mom by then. So, I don't know. We'll see, Dave. I may get some extra hours at work. We'll see. Lantern says, damn, Bart. Fear's taking a long-ass time. Yep, pretty much, Lantern. I did. What's up, Boo? What's up, Boo Khaki? Good to see you. Fears will be right back after these commercial messages. Well, I'm back. I'm here. But I appreciate you keeping up with everything, Lantern. I really do. Lantern, you got any topics for this week's show? Anyway, recently I bought some stuff off the list, so we're getting closer, guys. We're getting closer. At some point, me and LC, or maybe me and Dave and LC, we're gonna go to this place right here. I cannot wait to go to that place. So yeah. All right. And then be sure to, if you guys want to send me fan mail, you don't have to, but if you'd like to, send me at this right here, 16745 Kagan's Crossings Boulevard, SD 102B, PMB 40, Claremont, Florida, 34714. So check it out. There it is. All right. There we go. I got something in my eye. All right. So let's start reviewing Masters of the Universe first, shall we? I have seen it before, but I've never seen the Blu-ray version until today, my friends. So, pretty nice watch, pretty good. A lot of people shit on this one, like, oh, the cartoon's better. When I was a kid, I went and saw the live-action version. When I was a kid, I watched He-Man, the cartoon. I like them both. They're both good. I like them both. So, yeah. All right, Masters of the Universe. I watched this right before the stream, so it's not a perfect 10. It's good. It's got action. It's got adventure. It's sci-fi. They make references to the cartoon because the cartoon came first. Dolph Lundgren, he's a good actor. He's not the best actor, but he's a good actor. This guy, this was his very first film, this guy. And I don't remember his name, but he plays Tom Paris on Star Trek Voyager. So, I remember when I was young, I was like, oh shit, that's Tom Paris from Star Trek Voyager. I was like, right on, that's cool. And you got the evil Skeletor right there. One of the most evil villains in cartoon history. So I'm going to give Masters of the Universe... It's a good watch, but it's not a perfect 10. 8.9 out of 10. It's not bad. It's not good. It's It's just an okay watch. It's a good watch. It's right in the middle. Very sci-fi. Very sci-fi. Funny. It is funny. He-Man, thank the sorceress you're alive. So, very funny. I think this was Dolph Lundgren's first movie. Let me confirm it. Because if I don't, you're lying. You know how they are. I just want to make sure it's. I'm pretty sure it's his first film. So give me 1 second here. Let's see here. Hey, Meta, what was Dolph Lundgren's first film ever?
Dolph Lundgren's first film ever was A View to a Kill.
Oh, View to Kill. Okay. When did he, in his film history, what number was his film Masters of the Universe? Was it his third film, his fourth film? What number of that was that film he did?
A View to a Kill was Dolph Lundgren's third film appearance, but his first major credited role. He played a minor role as Benz, a KGB assassin. This was one of his early breaks in the film industry, considering his film debut might have been a small uncredited role in Jamon in 1983.
Yeah, that's great. When did he, what number of film did he do Masters of the Universe?
Dolph Lundgren did Rocky IV as his
Oh,
seventh
fucking
film.
hell. Never mind. Meta, sometimes she's great and sometimes she's a fucking bitch. Couldn't even tell me what number he did this. Never mind. Anyway. Let's see. Very sci-fi, very funny. It's like the cartoon. It's got some good moments. It's got some like kind of goofy moments. They did not put his magical tiger in this. And Gwildor is kind of like the floating guy in the red, like kind of tarp suit, that was in the cartoon. I forgot the name of it. Hang on. Hey, Meta, in the cartoon of He-Man, what was the character's name that had white gloves on and he had a red tarp
You're
on?
probably thinking of Man-at-Arms. but more
No, not Man-at-Arms. I know what Man-at-Arms is. It's the floating character in He-Man the cartoon with the white gloves
You're
and
thinking
the
of
red tarp.
Man-at-Arms, but it seems like you're confusing him with another character. Man-at-Arms is actually a character.
It's
in the
definitely
comics.
not Man-at-Arms. It's the Man-at-Arms doesn't float. Listen to me. White gloves, floating character, red tarp. What's that character's name?
I think I know who you might be talking about. Based on your description of the character wearing white gloves and having a red costume or cape, and being a floating character, I'm going to take a guess that the character you're thinking of is Orko from the He-Man franchise.
Orko. That's what it is. Good Lord. Open up your fucking ears. It said, I kid you not, it said Man-at-Arms 4 times. I'm like, I know what the hell. Does Man-at-Arms float? No, he does not. Anyway, Man-at-Arms. Hilarious. Right, Crumbles? I'm like, quit interrupting me. So, Gwildor in the live action was the same version of Orko. I don't know why they changed it. I don't know why they didn't have Orko. Maybe they didn't have maybe they didn't have enough money to make him float, but Gwildor is the same thing as Orko. So the only 2 characters in the live action version, they had all the original characters except for his magical tiger and Orko. So yeah, but they had Master at Arms. They had Master at Arms' daughter, and I forgot Glinda, whatever the hell her name is. They had He-Man and they had Skeletor. All the characters from the cartoon are there except for those 2 that I just named. So yeah. So I'm gonna put down. They left out a few characters. So they left out a few characters. I'd say my favorite character out of the film is probably the guy that plays Tom Paris. He's probably my favorite character. He's the guy that goes out with Julie, which is like the main character. But He-Man's still good too. I think Dolph Lundgren did a really good job as He-Man. So yeah. Anyway. But yeah, for what it was pretty good. It was a pretty good live action version of it. Yo, what's up, Larry? I'm not ignoring you. I was just trying to get my point out. What's up, or do I want to ask? I'll keep it real short and sweet, Larry. Read the Discord. Idiot Yakov making a bunch of bullshit up about me. I almost didn't stream. Sick and tired of Yakov's bullshit. I yelled at him, he yelled at me, and then here we are. Oh, and then he blamed, and then it's never his fault. It's always my fault, clearly. Even though I didn't start it tonight, but somehow, some magical way, it's my fault. Hilarious. So pretty much, Larry, the same old bullshit. Anyway. Let's see, they left out a few characters. Only a portion of it takes place in Castle Grayskull, and a portion of it happens on Eternia. Most of it takes place in California, because they time travel to California. So some of it takes place on Eternia. In California, and some of it in Castle Grayskull. And if you guys remember, Castle Grayskull is the sorceress. That's her palace, but Skeletor takes it over. He-Man works for the sorceress, but he also does other missions to protect Eternia. He's like a warrior and stuff, so he lives at Castle Grayskull. I think Skeletor's castle was Snake Castle. Hang on, let me, if I can remember. I haven't seen the cartoon in quite a while. Hey, Meta. Oh God, will you shut the hell up and let me answer? Meta, in the cartoon of Masters of the Universe, He-Man lived at Castle Grayskull. Was Skeletor's castle called Snake Mountain or Snake Castle?
You're thinking of Castle Grayskull. That's the ancient castle in the He-Man universe that holds the secrets of the Ancient Ones and is the key to He-Man's power. And Skeletor's lair is Snake Mountain.
Snake Mountain. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I was right. Thank you. I said Snake Castle. I said Snake Mountain, Snake Castle. So you never see Snake Mountain in the film. You only see Castle Grayskull.
We've all been there.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
I forgot to turn Meta off. She's being a cranky bitch today. Anyway. So, you see some of it take place in California, some of it in Castle Grayskull. You don't see Snake Mountain. But it's implied. It's implied. So, yeah. You don't see Snake Mountain. Let's see. My two favorite scenes. Let's see here. Let's see here. That's a hard one because, I mean, the whole film is good. It's old, but it's good. Probably the ending battle between Skeletor and He-Man. I mean, that's a classic scene. So, the final battle is good. Probably the shootout scene in the music store. He-Man is trying to protect Julie and Julie's boyfriend and the cops. And Master at Arms is helping. And Skeletor sends down all these robots that are dressed in all these black suits, and they totally destroy the music shop. There's nothing left of it. So probably the shootout in the music store is probably my second favorite scene. So shootout in the music store. Well, the whole movie's good. I highly suggest it. It was good, so I do recommend it. Anyway, good stuff. Solid watch. Solid watch. There we are. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. Let's see. Larry goes, yeah, I know, Larry. I wish I could report on better news, Larry, but it's the same old bullshit here every day. They say something about me or make up about something, but Larry, just to let you know, Banjo is Yakov. The dude told me, so I already blocked him. You can talk to Yakov if you want to. I'm not, because he's always he's probably second in command. Quentin would be evil, the most evil person I've ever met. Yakov's right up there. So yeah, he's blocked. Let's see. Who does the voice of Orko? That's a good question, Tina. I don't remember, because it's been a while since I've seen that cartoon. So yeah. Has Tommy apologized yet? Joey, I'm going to make it very short and very simple. He didn't apologize. I think he owes Lander an apology, but he'll probably never get one. So that's my 2 cents on it, and I'm sick of talking about it. I tried to get him to apologize, but he's not going to. So it is what it is. So yeah. Let's see. Lantern with the crown too. Wow, Richie, I haven't seen you in the chat in a while. Good to see you again. He says, what's up, Beers? Nothing much, just chilling with the fans. So, yeah. Let's see. Kate says, do you wear a certain size of hat? No, Kate, a lot of my hats, it's like one size fits all. Like, it's, I don't know what you call them, fitted hats. It has a bunch of stretchy in it, like this one. This one, you can set it to whatever you want, you know? So either it's a fitted hat or I just clip it and whatever feels comfortable, that's what I put it to. But I have a lot of fitted hats, you know, like one size fits all, or I just snap them together like that. So, yeah. To answer your question. Let's see. I would like to send you a hat to the P.O. box. You don't have to, Kate, but if you'd like to, that's very nice of you. That's very kind of you. So, yeah. Yep, Larry. So he's been playing everyone for a fool. He's going to deny it, but the dude has never lied to me, and I believe the dude. So he's going to say, oh, no, I'm Banjo. False. It's Yakov. So, yeah. Pretty much, Lantern. So, yeah. So it's really weird for him to, like, pretend to be someone else for, like, what, 3 or 4 months. I mean, that's psychotic. He's got some fucking issues. Very weird. But it is what it is. All right. Let's move right along to the Eliminators. I was really excited about this. Let me just put it this way. They hyped up the trailer. I'm not saying it's a bad film. It was good, but I was expecting more. So it was a tiny bit of a letdown, but it was still pretty good. It was a solid watch. I do still recommend it. It was more funny. It was action, adventure, sci-fi, comedy. A lot of comedy in it. And a lot of terrible acting. But I thought it was fucking hilarious. So, yeah. So, the Eliminators. So, I'm glad it's in the collection. Would I still watch it again? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's... Excuse me. I almost burped. It's not a bad watch. Just they hyped up the trailer so much. You know all the theme song in it, like where he's standing on the mountain of rubble? That was just for the trailer. He never stands on the mountain of rubble looking off into the distance. They don't play the theme song once in the film. So it's kind of a letdown. So yeah. So I was like, oh man, they didn't play the music. He doesn't stand on the mountain of rubble. I was like, so yeah, it was kind of a letdown. So yeah. Not entirely, but I mean, it was still good, but it wasn't up to Fears' expectations. So I'm going to give it, it's a solid watch though. It was funny. I'm going to give it a I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Very funny. Bad acting, which made it hilarious. A lot of explosions, a lot of action. So a lot of action. Solid villain, an evil scientist, and he's all over the place. He's into time travel. He builds a cyborg. He wants to take over the world. He bends people at their own will. Like, no, you'll do it. You'll do what I say when I say now. And he's like some evil guy. And he's like, I'm not just gonna take over, where I live. I'm gonna take over the universe. So he wants to be the most powerful person in the universe. So very good villain. Very good villain. So good villain. Good villain. The only reason why I said it wasn't up to my, they hyped up the trailer. That was the problem. When you watch the trailer, you'll be like, damn, this is fantastic. And then you watch the film, and there was a couple of boring parts in it. And I was like, well, where's the theme song? Where's the epic theme song like the trailer? No theme song. And then I was waiting for him to kill all the guys and then stand on the rubble with his hand, and he's overlooking, off into the distance. I'm like, where's that? Where's the rubble? And I was like, damn. Now he does kill a lot of people in front of the evil villain, the evil scientist mansion. He just doesn't. So they left out a couple of things that was not in the trailer. So I was just expecting a little bit more, but it's still a good watch. So good villain, good characters. I'd say, let's see, my favorite scene, it's hard because the whole thing is funny. So, let's see here. Probably one of my favorite scenes is probably the boat chase with the boat captain, and he throws a barrel of gasoline over and shoots it with his gun. It blows up a bunch of the bad guys' boats, and I'm like, you must be one hell of a shot, because, yeah, it's easy to throw a barrel of gasoline into the water, but the chances of you hitting it are slim to none. So the boat chase was definitely pretty good. The boat chase was pretty good. So boat chase was pretty good. And then my second favorite would probably be the battle scene at the end, where it was all the good guys that makes up the Eliminators, defeating all the bad guys, and them defeating the ultimate, evil scientists, So the final battle. Let's see what else. I would say very goofy. Very goofy. So goofy. One of those, it's so bad it's good movies. So bad it's good. A few boring parts. Not many, but a few boring parts. But it was still an enjoyable watch. It wasn't bad, it wasn't good. It was just enjoyable. So yeah. I was just expecting a little bit more, but not too bad. Not too bad. Let me catch up with the chat here before I continue on. Let's see. Well, Larry, you can think that, but I'm telling you, Banjo is not cool. He's going to deny it, but Yakov is Banjo. I'm not kidding. So you can believe me. You don't have to believe me, but the dude's never lied to me. So I know it's Yakov. I'm not a fool. Not yet, Joey. I did not watch the Mortal Kombat trailer. I'll do that at the end. I'll save that for the end, Joey, because I am excited about that. Because the first Mortal Kombat, it was awesome. I loved it. So it was really good. So yeah. Let's see here. I find that very hard to believe, Kate. Very, 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 very hard to believe. That's all I'm going to say. I kind of wish I didn't tell you guys, but the reason why I did, and I'm trying to keep it as short as possible, because I'll hear about it tomorrow or the next day. Oh, he went on and on and on about it. The only reason why I brought it up is because someone asked about it. And I said, if I didn't tell you guys what happened, people would be kept harping on it. So I tried to make it as short as possible. Like, here's what happened. Let's move on. So I would appreciate it if no one else would bring it up in the chat. Let's just focus on the show. It's been a good show so far, but I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's done. It's over with. It happened. Let's move on. So, yeah. All right. I didn't intend to watch The Dungeon Master. I looked and looked and looked just for this movie, and it's so old that the only one I could find was this double feature one. So I kind of got a free movie out of it. So I was like, all right, that's cool. Never heard of Dungeon Master. I actually liked Dungeon Master a little bit more than the Eliminators. So, because the Dungeon Master, there was no boring parts. But Eliminators had a few. So, the Dungeon Master. And I guess there's two versions out there, because when I asked Meta what it was about, Meta said that it was about a writer that gets sucked into, like he likes his story so much that a wizard transports him into his own story. And then when I watched the trailer and I watched the movie, I'm like, none of that shit happened. He does get sucked into a reality, but it's not a story. What the real story is about is there's a guy named Paul, and he's he works at a computer company. He's kind of a nerd. He's a computer programmer, and he's really in love with his girlfriend. And he's like, man, I gotta ask her to marry me, but he's nervous, and so he spends a lot of time at work, and he spends a lot of time on the computer, and he not only did he develop a program for his computer, but he built from the ground up a computer, and he calls it CAL, C-A-L, and I forgot what that stands for. Each letter stands for something, and he gives Cal some artificial intelligence, and basically the way he gets sucked in is he invites his girlfriend over, and they're having dinner, and then he proposes, and she's like, you know what? I would just be second. Like, you're obsessed with your job, you're obsessed with your computer, and I would just be a wife. And he's like, no, I promise. Like, because Cal, his computer, actually talks to him with the artificial intelligence. So Cal overhears their argument, and Cal basically helps them make their own decision about getting married. He shoots this laser out of his computer monitor and sucks them into the computer and makes this reality. And it's a bunch of castles and dungeons. That's where the Dungeon Master thing comes from. And he creates a villain called the Dungeon Master and says, you two love each other. Now it's time to prove that you love each other. And he said, I'm going to make 7 challenges for you. And if you pass all 7 challenges, then you'll know that you'll want to be together forever and you'll get married. And so basically, Paul, the nerdy guy, has to complete all 7 challenges and show his true love for his lady. He does. Then they get shot back into reality, back in their apartment or their house or wherever. And then it ends with the girlfriend saying, yes, yes, I'll marry you. And then credits. But when I asked Meta, I was like, that is so far off from what Meta said. You know, so what I said is the truth if you watch the film. But when I asked Meta, so I was like, the only thing that Meta got kind of right is he gets sucked in somewhere. But Meta was like, oh yeah, he's a writer and he's failing at writing his book. I was like, none of that shit happened in the movie. So, got a few things wrong. But I enjoyed it. I'm going to give the Dungeon Master, let's see here. I'm going to give it a 9.2 out of 10. It was a solid watch. So, no boring parts. Some of it's funny. So, funny. Action adventure for sure. Very sci-fi. So very sci-fi. Definitely a lot of action. There was a bunch of explosions. There's everything that is everything that you want in an action film is there. Sword fight, sword play, lots of explosions, taking down the villains. He ran somebody over with a car, and like a futuristic car, ran over one of the demons or whatever the hell it was. So there's anything that can go in an 80s action film is in it. So classic 80s action film. A lot better acting in The Dungeon Master, and it seemed like this had more money. This seemed like it had a bigger budget. This, it looked like it had a very low budget. But it had Denise Crosby in it, that played Tasha Yar from Star Trek The Next Generation, so hell yeah. So, Tasha Yar was in it. Hell yeah. Bigger budget. Let's see. My two favorite scenes, probably the ending fight with the Dungeon Master. Like, prove yourself, prove your love, fight me. And then Paul's like, okay, I'll do that. So, fighting the Dungeon Master. And then one of the challenges is the Dungeon Master in one scene, he makes it look like they're back to normal reality, but it's just another test. And so Paul, he recreates Paul's house, and he's like, are we back? Are we back? Are we really back? And then he's like, oh, where's my girlfriend? So he goes on a mad search to find his girlfriend. And all of a sudden he hears the Dungeon Master say, oh no, I just made it seem like you're back. If you don't hurry, your girlfriend's going to die. And so he has to find out where his girlfriend is. And someone's trying to kill her in this test, this challenge, this reality. And he saves her from a stalker wanting to slit her throat or something. So that was a good scene. So saving his lady yet again, because he saves his girlfriend a couple of times in all these challenges from the stalker. So yeah, those are my two favorite scenes. Let's see. I would recommend it. It's good. Very sci-fi. And I only heard about this one because Visions told me about this one and recommended it, but I had never heard, no one in the chat ever told me about this, but it was a bonus because I looked for well over an hour and a half for this one, and I told you guys the story. Every time I would find it, it would be like, oh, only can play it in Europe. And I was like, fuck. Because I really wanted to watch this one. And finally I found one that you can watch, but I couldn't find it alone. And I was like, well, I don't know what the Dungeon Master, and this is the only one I can find. And I was like, oh, fuck it. I'll get two movies for the price of one. So, not complaining, not bitching. I actually enjoyed this more than this. But this one was still good, so I recommend them both. Anyway, Richie says, have a good night, John. All right, Richie, thanks for coming on. Peace out. Have a good one. Keep doing those mud challenges. Keep doing those bathroom shower challenges. I'm going to eat an Oreo in the shower. Rad. All right, later, Rich. Oh. Let's see, this one. All right. Time to review season 1, shall we? I really enjoyed Buck Rogers. That's why I got rid of the DVD of it. I asked my mom last year for Christmas to get it for me on Blu-ray. Solid watch. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I love Buck Rogers in the 25th century. It's got everything. Action, adventure, drama, comedy. He's 500 years in the future. He goes from 1987 to 2491. So it's all good. It's all good. So, let's see. Season 1. of Buck Rogers. I highly suggest it. If you like sci-fi, you'll love this. Oh, yeah. So I highly recommend it. It is funny. It's funny. Lots of action. Extremely sci-fi. So, extremely. Let's see what else. The pilot. The pilot is my favorite episode of season 1. So the pilot is like a perfect film. It's a 2-hour long movie. That's basically the pilot. So I'm gonna put down the pilot is a perfect film. It's got everything. It shows him taking off, and he's an American astronaut from the 1980s, 1987. You see something happen to his ship. His life support system malfunctions, which freezes him. And he's just floating out in space for 500 years. And then flash forward 500 years later, someone tractor beams his spaceship and reactivates his life support system and kind of reheats him. And then he wakes up. He has no idea that 500 years has passed. And he's like, he thinks like, well, am I back on Earth? Did I finish my mission? And a bunch of bad people get him. And they're like, well, maybe this can work out to our advantage because, now there's new cities and they've reformulated Earth. And it's pretty funny. Where New Chicago is, New Chicago, they basically mix Illinois with Missouri, where I'm from, and they make one big city. So they take the state of Illinois and the state of Missouri, and I looked it up on the internet, and they said where New Chicago is, where Chicago is right now, that's all destroyed, and only a part of old Chicago is still inside New Chicago. And they said most of New Chicago is the rest of Illinois and all of Missouri. So I was like, oh shit, if Buck Rogers was a real thing, where I'm from, St. Louis, Missouri, would not exist anymore, and it would be New Chicago. And I was like, that's pretty cool. It's pretty rad. Because I like St. Louis. That's where I'm from. I love it. But I'd be like, oh man, that'd be nuts not to have St. Louis, So yeah. Let's see, what else? My favorite episode. I'd say my 2 favorite episodes are. Let's see, my favorite 2 episodes are the pilot and let me see here. It has all the names of the pilots right here. Let me just take this disc out real quick. They're all right here. So let me. My second one would probably be. Let's see here. I mean, all of them are really good. Probably either the Olympic, where Buck hosts their version of the Olympics, it's just 500 years in the future, or when they celebrate Buck's birthday because he's the oldest person on Earth now. So I'm going to put down Happy Birthday Buck is my second favorite scene. Tina says, I'll give it a 10. There you go, Tina. Well, watch it. Before you give it a 10, Tina, watch it. So that the pilot's my first one. My second one would probably be Happy Birthday Buck. That's a really good episode. What else? Let's see. It's funny, lots of action, extremely sci-fi. The pilot is a perfect film. My 2 favorite episodes are The Pilot and Happy Birthday Buck. It's a good watch. I don't know what else to say. It's a good watch. It only had 2 seasons due to budget. I looked it up. I guess it was just 2 with all the special effects in it and the visual effects and all that. It was just too expensive for a television show. So yeah, got canceled after 2 seasons. Which is a shame because it's a really good show. So yeah. All right. I'm going to do the top 10 episodes that I like. So top 10 episodes of season 1. The first one will be The Pilot. Then Happy Birthday Buck. And then let's see here. The Olympic one that I mentioned is pretty good. 500-year Olympia. Number 4 would be probably the 2-parter, The Plot to Kill a City. So, to kill a city. And then the second part of it, A City Part 2. Let's see, number 6. Let's see here. Probably Unchained Woman. And then Escape from Wedding Bliss. That's a good one. Number 8 would be The Cruise Ship to the Stars. So Cruise Ship. Number 9 would probably be Space Vampires. And then number 10 would probably be Tweaky is Missing, which is Buck's robot. There we are. All right. Oh, I'm running out of room here. All right. Well, let's see. How long have I been going? An hour and 43 minutes. So almost 2 hours. I think I'm going to call it quits. So I'll do the other 2 topics tomorrow. All right. Let me pick out something to watch because I'll probably only get to watch 1 movie because I have to be at work it's 12:22 and I have to be there at 4:30. So I'll just pick one and I'll probably watch another movie. I'll watch another movie tomorrow. So I'm going to watch Blood Diner tonight. And I'm not going to watch Grizzly 2 until I get Grizzly 1. Grizzly 1 is in the mail. It's in the mail. So I'm going to watch this tonight, Blood Diner. And then tomorrow, before the show, I'm going to watch... let's see here. Let's see here. let's see here. What am I in the mood for? Oh. I think I'm going to watch this one. The Bogans. Because I started it, and then I got a whole bunch of other movies, and I kind of put it off to the wayside. So I'll watch Blood Diner tonight, and I'll watch The Bogans tomorrow, and then probably tomorrow night I've got to watch the one that Triple gave me, because I keep saying I'm going to watch it, and then I run out of time. So I promise, Triple, I will get to it. So these are the 2 watches. So watch this tonight before work, this tomorrow. Bada bing, bada boom. That about sums it up for today. So yeah, I just want to say to my loving and loyal fans, no matter what people say, I do not like drama. I hate it, in fact. But I won't just sit around and let people walk all over me, you know? And I don't know, I'm not trying to call out Visions, because I know Visions doesn't like drama. I think he was trying to help, but it really hurt me. He called me like a spoiled kid or spoiled child, and I'm not. My family's rich. I'm not rich. But I didn't really appreciate that. I don't know if he said it. I understand he was trying to help, because he said, well, you're arguing with them, Fears. That's what they want. And he goes, you're acting like a baby right now. Or he said something to that effect. So I didn't really appreciate him calling me that, because I'm not a spoiled child, or I don't think I am. So hopefully he can apologize. If not, I'm just going to let it die, you know. So because I don't think he would deliberately try to hurt my feelings, because he is a friend. So yeah. Anyway, but for all the loving and loyal fans, I'm sorry that drama happens. There's great people on the internet, and then there's evil people. I mean, that's all I can say. So yeah. It just is what it is. So yeah. I saw that too, Bukaki. It's 7 challenges, and each of those challenges that the dungeon master puts Paul through, 7 directors directed each one of those little parts. Because once the film's done, it says directed by, in order, and then it says this person for this scene, this person for that scene. So apparently it had 7 directors, and they directed each one of those challenges, which is fucking weird. Because when you look at the movie, it only has 1 director. So I don't like. So it says directed by. Because I watched the interview, it says special feature, a new interview with director Peter Mandogan. And he directed The Dungeon Master. So that's the main guy that directed it. But then all those little parts, each challenge was a different director. But once all those 7 challenges were done, the rest of it was directed by that one Peter guy. And I was like, why didn't they just pick one and just have him direct the whole damn thing? Like whenever you watch a Steven Spielberg film, Steven Spielberg directs the whole damn movie. I think this has the most directors that I've ever seen in a film, because at the end it said directed by, in order of sequence, and it said like a slasher challenge directed by this, and then cave challenge directed by such and such. And I was like, that's so fucking weird to do that, you know. But that's just the way they decided to do it. So yeah. Let's see here. Well, I appreciate you saying that, Kate. I do love Christ. And you know what, Kate? And I'm going to throw it out here. I try to be a good Christian, but when I get mad, I've said and done things before. Because when Jucifer said, you never let us down, Fears, I'm like, that's not true. I have let you guys down sometimes. And I try not to get mad, but when people say, Fears has said this, and I'm like, no, I did not. Fears has done this. I'm like, No, I haven't. I haven't done that at all. That shit really pissed me off. And I know that I've lied in the past. So not you guys sometimes give me the benefit of the doubt, but I have to build up everyone's trust again. But I know everyone will believe me because I'm a Scout's honor. The dude has never lied. Ever. So I don't think he would lie to me and say that. But I've never gotten along with Yakov, and I've never gotten along with Quentin. So the best thing to do is to stop arguing with them and just block him. Now, I know he won't let it go. Yakov won't let it go. You know, he'll drag this out long, long, long. And I laughed hysterically. I don't have time for this bullshit. I'm a grown man. Then why did you fucking start it? That's all I'm going to say. If you were an actual man, hey, you know what? I just won't start it to begin with. So, no matter what they say, I'm not an evil piece of shit like they always say, and I don't like to start drama. But I will stand up for myself, and they don't like that I stand up for myself. They're like, oh my God, we're trolls. No one's supposed to stand up to us. Bullshit. I will defend myself and my family and my friends always. Because if you don't, then they'll get away with everything, you know? So, they don't like it. They can dish it out, but they're like, oh my God, I'm astounded. Fears actually stood up for himself. And watch, I bet money on it. He's going to be a little baby bitch. I didn't do anything. I'm a golden angel. That's Quentin's go-to thing. That's Yakov's thing. They're both cowards. They're both cowards. And they always will be. So, they must have got bullied quite a lot. Because a bully, a troll, whatever you want to call it, they don't like themselves. Most bullies do not like themselves. So they're like, he's a good target, she's a good target, whoever. And they make fun of people just to make themselves feel better. Quentin will never admit it. Yakov will never admit it. But that's what they are. That's plain simple. So yeah. It's hard to be a YouTuber sometimes. It really is. But I do my best. I do my best. That's not true, Walter. That's not true. That's not true whatsoever. That's not true. He messaged me a private message. He probably just said that, Walter, because he doesn't want to get involved with the drama. But I swear on my life, he messaged me in a private message and said, Fears, Yakov is really Banjo. And I know he wouldn't lie to me. So, plus, even if that wasn't true, Yakov is a bullshitter. So is Banjo. If Banjo's a different person, he likes to start shit too. So, I'm blocking them both. I don't have to put up with that guy's crap. Because whether it's true or not, I know the dude wouldn't lie to me. And Banjo is just like Yakov, likes to start shit. So, yeah. It's not that I don't believe you, Walter. It's not that I don't believe you. It's just, I know it's Yakov. They have quite similarities. So, yeah. So, anyway. I'm going to catch up with the chat, and then I promised Joey that I will watch Mortal Kombat 2, and then I think that's a good segue to close it off. Let's see here. But yeah, Bukeg, it's really weird that they had 7 directors for 7 different sequences. You would think, hey, one director, I'll just direct the whole thing and direct those 7 sequences, but I wasn't the filmmakers. Anyway, again, like I said, I ordered them both, but I'm going to watch Grizzly. Grizzly hasn't came in yet, but I'm going to watch that one first. Then I'll watch this. I'm going to check my mail tomorrow because Grizzly should be coming in very soon. Very soon, so yeah. Luke says, okay, so not different stories, just challenges. Yeah, basically the Dungeon Master says, the Dungeon Master and that whole arena is created by his computer, Cal. And he says, well, if it's such a hard decision, I'll make the decision for you guys. Because Cal's got some artificial intelligence, and Paul he builds that computer from the ground up. So he's like, well, if it's such a big decision, I'll just make it for you guys, and I'll help you guys. And so basically he creates the arena and he creates the dungeon master and says, and the dungeon master literally says, I was created by Cal. And I forgot what Cal stands for. Paul says what Cal stands for. And then he goes, you have 7 challenges. And if you fail at one, then you'll remain in this reality forever. But he said, if you complete all 7 challenges, I will take you back to your own reality. And you guys should get married. Essentially is what he says. He sums it all up. He says it more fancy-dancy. So Paul goes through all this shit and saves his woman quite a few times. She helps him out sometimes. Other times, the dungeon master makes him do it all by himself. And it's all different types of challenges. So I don't want to say too much, Bukaki. You know, if you and Visions or other people want to watch it, I don't want to, ruin the film. I always try to review a movie and not ruin it. Now, if you guys have already seen it, then I go nuts with tons of. I'm like, oh well, they've already seen that. But I don't know if everyone in the community has seen that movie. So I was like, well, if you want to see it, here's a review without ruining the whole film. So, but it is really weird to have 7 directors. But then on the actual DVD, it just says 1. So I don't know where the hell their heads were with that. So yeah, it's kind of weird. Let's see. Exactly. Bukaki says, well, pretend stories, at least you didn't poop in the urinal. Yeah. That's a plus. That's a plus. Well, see, that's what I mean, Kate. I've lied in the past, but I really have been trying to build everybody's trust, and I've been trying to be as honest as possible, because everyone's going to think, oh, he just made up this shit about Banjo and Yakov, and I'm 100% telling the truth. So, yeah. So, and I really don't care. I know Yakov like a book, and Banjo does the same shit as Yakov. And the dude has never lied. And now it seems like he's, going back on what he said, probably because he doesn't want to be involved with the drama, So, I know why you're doing that, the dude, but it's undeniable. He wrote me a private message and said, hey, Fear, I just want to let you know that everyone's laughing behind your backs, and it's been Yakov the whole time. And I went, oh, okay, good to know. So I trust him, and I never want Banjo to talk to me again, or Yakov, because he's an evil shit. Undeniably. Fears, can you say a prayer for the chat? I always do. I always do, and before the show, I've done prayers on camera, and I always do a prayer right before the stream, and say, hopefully no drama happens. Hopefully it's a good show. So yeah. So I'm glad you guys all enjoyed it. I really am sorry, but the only reason why I brought it up is if I wouldn't have said anything, people would have been hounding me for days. Fears, what happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? And so I would rather just be honest and tell you guys, all right, here's what happened. It's over. This is what happened. So, yeah. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be back on just a normal show like always. So, yeah. So, yeah. Anyway. That's not true, Kate. It's not true whatsoever. Definitely not true, but you believe whatever you want to believe. But I know the truth. I know the truth. So, and I don't believe that at all. So, but you're entitled to your opinion. But I'm telling you the honest to God truth. So yeah. Oh, I absolutely have pretend stories. It sucks that you're homeless, and I absolutely have gave you a couple prayers actually. So, yeah. All right. Joey, I'm a man of my word. I'm going to watch Mortal Kombat 2 trailer, and I'll review it, give my analysis on it. I loved Mortal Kombat 1. I like how they brought it back. I still like the original. Oh, when was the original made? 94, 95? That one's good. I like that one, but the new version of it is pretty good. Let me just make sure. I'm pretty sure I'm right, but I'm not for sure on the year. So, give me 1 second. Hey, Meta, when did they make the original Mortal Kombat movie? Was it 94?
The original Mortal Kombat movie wasn't made in 94. It was actually released on August 18th, 1995.
Okay, so I was close. I was close. All right, thanks, Meta. So 95. So I do still enjoy that one, and I have that in my collection, and I have the crappy sequel to it. So the first one was Mortal Kombat, and then the second one, it was really crappy. It was Mortal Kombat Annihilation. So yeah, the first one's way better than Annihilation, but Annihilation, it's got some good scenes, but it's really crappy. But the first one is a solid watch. The first one is amazing. I watched it a lot when I was a kid. So yeah. I light a candle every Sunday for John. I appreciate that, N4. That's very nice. Because I need it. Because I'm so sick and tired of people making shit up about me. And it just gets so fucking old. And I mean this 100%. I wish I never would have met the community, if I'm being honest. And I know that I've met a whole lot. I met a whole lot of nice people in the community. But if I'm being honest, it's not worth all the 10 years of fighting and all the bullshit, you know? I wish I would have just denied Rasmus Rant's request. Hey, Fears, you want to come on? If I never would have went on that show, I never would have met any of these trolls. And I would have saved a lot of gray hairs and a lot of headaches. But it's like a love-hate. I'm glad I did because I met nice people in the community like Walter and Visions and Tommy and Sega and everybody. But sometimes I'm just like, was it really worth it? Some days yes, some days no. Because I don't need this shit. I'm so sick and tired of people's bullshit. I really am. So yeah. It's just too much. It's too much. Watch it. I'll go in there. He'll deny everything. He will deny it because he's a little shit. So, and I'm probably not going to go on Lantern's show, you know, because I will not be in a show with Yakov. I'm done. I'm checking out. I'll go in there if he's not in there, but he'll be a little shit and he'll stay for the entire show, and then I won't get to, so I told Lantern off camera. I said, Lantern, I've never told you what to do. I've never tell Larry what to do. That was a fucking lie. I said, I'll go in there if it's just you, me, Larry, Visions, some other people. But I said, I will not. I said, I don't have to put up with Yakov's shit. I will not go in there if he's in there. It's not worth it. And I'm sick and tired of getting mad and upset. It's just complete bullshit. So, yeah. So anyway. Let's see here. I didn't know Mortal Kombat 2 is coming out in December. I didn't either. I didn't know until Joey said, hey, Fears, there's a new trailer out. I was like, oh, shit. Awesome. Cool. So let's look up the trailer right now and we'll have a little watch. It is crazy, Tina. It's ridiculous. It's just a bunch of idiots that are super immature and they love to make people's life a living hell. And if they say otherwise, then they're only lying to themselves. Quentin loves being an evil shit, and he loves being a troll. So does Yakov. Yakov has looked at my face and said, Fears, I love drama. I love it. I love it. And I'm like, oh, I know you do. Because he's a very sad, spineless, coward idiot. And they think because they sit behind their keyboards, you know, they can do and say whatever the hell they want. But if he ever met me in real life, oh, he'd have a rude awakening coming. Both of those idiots. So, yeah. And that's not a threat. It's a promise. For sure. Let's see. Mortal Kombat 2 trailer. Here we go, Joey. Joey did mention one thing that I'm very excited about. He said, hey, Fears. He goes, you know how they like kind of teased you at the end of Mortal Kombat, you know, with a poster of Johnny Cage. And I was like, yeah, I said, that's the only thing about the new Mortal Kombat I didn't like. I'm like, Johnny Cage is like an old original character from the very first Mortal Kombat. And he's been in every single video game from the original to whatever Mortal Kombat number they're on now. I think the last Mortal Kombat one I played a little bit with LC. I think it was Mortal Kombat 10 or Mortal Kombat 11. I can't remember. Now, when I grew up, me and my friends wasted so much of our times playing. Well, not wasted, but we spent a lot of hours on Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3. So those are the originals. But now they've got so many. It's like Mortal Kombat 14, whatever. But Joey said that Johnny Cage finally comes in this movie. And I was like, finally? I'm like, why didn't they put him in the first one? So that's the only part about number 1 I didn't like. Like, oh, a little tease, a little poster. I'm like, just put the motherfucker in the first movie. So I'm glad, Joey, that he's in this one. So, all right, let's watch this trailer. Let's have a little watch. And, again, I'm not outing Visions. He's probably watching, but I didn't see him in the chat. Probably because me and him got into it a little bit. Because I really didn't appreciate him calling me a spoiled child, because I'm not. But I hope I get an apology. But if not, no worries. All right, let's see here. Let me scroll down here. Let's see here. Here we go. Let's see. Mortal Kombat 2 official trailer. December. Nice. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward. Here we go.
Uno mas, thanks.
Oh, there he is.
You're Johnny Cage. I loved Citizen Cage when I was
Nice.
a kid.
Well, Joey, at least they made up for it. I'm only 14 seconds into the trailer, and right off the bat, they showed Johnny Cage. So I guess they're making up for their mistake for not putting him in the first one. So, hell yeah. Finally, he's in one.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
They should do a reboot.
Nobody wants that. That went out in the 90s. Johnny Cage, you have been chosen to fight.
Oh, nice. Raiden's new suit looks bitchin'. Hell yeah. And it kind of, his new suit kind of reminds me of what he wore in the very first Mortal Kombat. They probably did that on purpose, but nice.
Tell me you're not some crazy fans. How are you doing that?
Are you coming or what?
Where
Nice.
the hell am I?
It's a fighting tournament. To the death.
That's got to be against the rules.
Oh, I forgot the chick's name. What the Joey, what's the chick with the fans? Hang on. What the fuck is her name? She's in all the old ones. Katrina or some bullshit. Oh no. I think it's Katana, I think. Hey Meta, in the original Mortal Kombat video games, is the woman with all the fans, is her name Katana?
No, I think you might be thinking of Katana. She's one of the original.
Yeah, Katana. I said that. Okay. I knew it was something like that. Katana. So Katana's in this. I'm seeing a lot of old characters. Hell yeah.
Just go around killing people.
It's called Mortal Kombat for a reason.
This is a war for the fate of your world. You guys in or what?
Oh, nice. Kano. Kano is back. Hell yeah.
I'm not some champion. I don't have transformer arms.
Nice. Jax is still in this. Awesome. And then Scorpion is in this because they killed Sub-Zero in the last film. So, no Sub-Zero.
So shoot lightning bolts. This has got nothing to do with me. I'm an actor.
I find you annoying.
Not the face.
Baraka's in this. My friend Richard DeVizio played Baraka, Kano, and I think Quan Chi. And I got to interview him a long time ago. And I actually talked to Richard a couple months back. He's doing pretty good. I can't wait to hang out with him again at another convention because he's a really nice guy. Oh, sweet. Jade's in this. Hell yeah.
It's time. hero you were meant to be. All right, you big ugly freak.
Shang Tsung is in this. Or, oh, what the hell's that guy's name? The guy with the skull mask. Whatever the fuck that guy's name is.
It's showtime. Get over here!
Okay, good. Good. They said it. I was like, they said it in the first one, and we were getting close to the end of the trailer, and I was like, oh, those little bastards. I'm like, if they don't say get over here, I'm like, that's one of the most iconic quotes from the old games and the new ones. I'm like, it better be in there or I'll be severely pissed off. So thank God it's in there. Hell yeah. All right, now I can relax. I was like, oh, it better be in there because that line's classic. You can't do a Mortal Kombat without get over here.
Get over here! Only the strong survive. Finish him!
Oh, good. Finish him's in there, too. All right. Oh, good. So the two most classic quotes. Nice.
Are you kidding me? You don't have any powers? Just incredibly handsome.
Nice. I like it.
The five.
All right, Joey. I'm going to give it, I mean, that was a solid watch. That was a solid watch. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It had everything in there. All the classic characters that are still alive are in there. The two most famous quotes are in there, so I can't wait. I am I'm excited. I'm pretty excited. So that was pretty awesome. That was a solid watch, Joey. So thanks a lot for telling me about Shao Kahn. That's what it is. Pretend stories. Shao Kahn's the evil guy with the skull mask. He was in Mortal Kombat Annihilations in the old movie. So yeah. So yeah, cool. Let's see. Bukaki says I have Mortal Kombat 10 on Steam for PC, but haven't ever played it. I've always been a Street Fighter man. I like Street Fighter too. Street Fighter's good. I liked them both as a kid. You know? And I even have the piece of crap Street Fighter movie, because that one was a terrible video game movie. The video game of Street Fighter is 10 times better than the Van Damme one, but it's so bad it's good, and I had to have it in the collection. So, and that was the very last movie that, I forgot that guy's name, Raul guy that played Gomez Adams. He was sick with cancer, and the only reason why he did the film is his son loved the video game Street Fighter, and he said, well, before I die, I'd love to do a film that my son will remember me in, and it's his favorite video game. So he said, oh yeah, I'll do it. So even though he was sick with cancer, he did the movie. So I was like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I will leave you with that. Solid 9 out of 10 on that trailer, Joey. Can't wait. Looks good. Can't wait for it. You said it comes out in December, you said, so looking forward to that. Well, that was the last sip of coffee. You guys know my rule. Once the coffee's done, Fears is checking out. So, but I do apologize for all the drama. Now, I didn't start it. But they're going to make you believe that I started it, even though I didn't. So it is what it is. But something's got to change. I'm getting burnt out with all this fucking drama shit. It's fucking mind-numbing. Idiots not accepting responsibilities for their actions, even though I have to, you know. I hope tomorrow's a better day. It was a great day up until that piece of shit had to ruin my day by accusing me of saying things that I said, even though I didn't, and then, you did that. No, I didn't. Fucking weirdo. Anyway. I'm taking off. Hopefully tomorrow. With every new day, always a fresh start. Except for those two pieces of shit. Anyway, I'm taking off. But Fears does love you guys. Despite what everyone says, oh, I'm an evil piece of shit. Oh, Fears is going to kill me. Oh, I'm so afraid of Fears. I'm a very nice person. But it is what it is. So I know my loving and loyal fans know the truth. I know the truth. So if you're really honest with yourself, you'll know the truth. That's all I'm going to say. I'm taking off. Hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. Anyway, despite all the drama, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And I'll be coming at you tomorrow with more reviews and new topics and going nuts and going ballistic. And I'm going to try to get the second part of the Sega vlog out tonight. I'm almost done with the second part. So yeah. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my friend Bukaki on YouTube. Subscribe to my friend Walter White. Subscribe to Dave Phillips. He's a new friend. He's trying to get his channel out there. Give him some love. He's going to get, if we get him to 50, he'll start streaming. Hell yeah. And Dave, when you get to 50, I can't wait to be on your show, buddy. That'll be good. Subscribe to Pretend Story Times. Help him out. Be sure to subscribe to my friend Visions at exhumvisions.com. Buy some cool shit. Support his business. Subscribe to the Sega Camp Gamer and Wear Camp on YouTube. Subscribe to the Sega Camp Gamer 22 on Twitch. Subscribe to my friend Randall, Cameo Man 2021, and his second channel, The Mayor of Magic. Going nuts always with that magic, Randall. Hell yeah. Walter says, great stream. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry about all the drama, Walter, and everyone else, but I just had to, people were asking, so I thought I would just tell about it, and I'm not going to bring it up tomorrow. I thought, oh, well, if I don't say something, they'll hound me over it, so yeah. And last, but certainly not least, follow the host with the most, FearsMan26 on YouTube, and Fears Vlogs, my second channel. Spread the love. We're so close to hitting 3,000. Before I go, let me give you an update on the sub count. We're getting there. On the main channel, it's 2,807 subscribers. And on the vlog channel, it's 1,710 subscribers. So we're getting there. So almost at 2,000 on the vlog channel and almost at 3,000 on the main channel. So we're definitely getting there. So new subs. Anyway, Fears loves you guys. Fears cares about you guys. And this is Fears signing off. Peace. Deuces. I'll see you guys.